let's start with the latest signing yesterday. New lad comes in. What's the thinking behind signing? Where is his name? Oh, good grief! I'm having a nightmare here.
Miles.
Miles. Yes. What is the thinking behind signing Miles?
I mean, you can see at the moment we've had a couple of injuries in Harry Boys, in Dokes, and then Geordie came off injured, and we're conscious about the squad isn't huge. We need quality. If quality players that we think can make us better become available, it's always something that we should look into. We know that we are already strong in that area, but it certainly doesn't hurt to have competition, variation, different kind of players. Miles is a very powerful runner, can get a goal, physically add something to the midfield. So we know it's an area where we're already strong, but at the same time, the squad is small. We've got a lot of games in a short space of time, and the more quality we can have, the better.
And is he ready to go straight into the mix, having trained with you? How many days has he trained with you this week?
Just today. Signed yesterday, trained this morning. So yeah, but he's ready. Paperwork pending, which should be through. I haven't heard since I come in from training, but I guess it's probably through. He can be available tomorrow, and then he's ready to go. So great to have him in the mix immediately.
And you talk about the strength in depth and the competition that it adds, but also, does that allow you to move pieces elsewhere into the puzzle?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's part of the reason. We do need to have that flexibility a little bit to be able to move players around and change, and that's what it gives us. And we're not necessarily 100% done in the market. We still leave it while the window's open. We're still open. That if good players that can make us better, that can add strength to it, come up, then it's always a possibility. So that's what we want. We need to create competition. We know once this window's closed, that's it till January. And what we don't want to do is have the window closed and then feel any regret that maybe we could have added one or two with that gives us something and we decided not to.
And you've mentioned the size of the squad. With the problems that you've got at the moment, are they almost picking themselves as a team?
No, not really. Of course, when you miss one or two in the same area, it means that there's less competition there. But at the same time, I still think there's competition all over the pitch. And the players that have come into the team, Sean Robertson, when he's come in, has done really well at wing-back, adding some competition in there. Ollie Casey, Don Bernard, Geordie, Bailey are competing at the back, and plenty of midfield and forward options now. So it doesn't pick itself, absolutely not. But it's not huge, so of course we don't rotate that much.
Last weekend's disappointment of losing at home to Plymouth, in a way, is this a really good game to look forward to keep the players looking ahead?
Yeah, it's a difficult game, we know that, a really difficult game. But yeah, we're just happy to be at home again, have another game. We know, we looked at this week and we said we're going to play against Plymouth, then Brighton, then Sheffield Wednesday. Now, and this is the reason why the club and the players have worked so hard to be where they're at, is to play against these sort of teams. Like, it's a great challenge for everybody. So we all really look forward to that challenge that we've had this week. First game was really tough. I thought, looking back on it, we did well in parts, but we found out about how clinical the league can be, and now we just take on the next challenge.
And you mentioned that word clinical there. How clinical will you need to be if you can get any chances against a Premier League team?
Well, I would suggest very. Probably as you play teams a couple of leagues above, and we know they're likely to rotate because they played on Sunday, they play again on Saturday. They've got a brilliant squad. They'll rotate, but whatever they rotate in is going to be high quality players. So we know we're going to play against the top team. Therefore, you probably don't create as much as you would against a lower team. That's normal. So any chances we do take, if we want a good opportunity, we have to be far more clinical.
Can you view this as a shot to nothing?
No, I don't think so. I think we just have to be really well prepared and do our best like we do in every single game. And I think every game in isolation, it's possible to achieve something in it, but you have to approach it in the right manner. And we know that, of course, Brighton is big favourites to win the game, and that's understandable, but we just work really hard at what we're doing and give ourselves the best chance.
And does it help you at all that you know Graham Potter really well?
Probably not, no. I don't think that really makes too much difference. I've watched Graham's team. Obviously, I've watched Graham's teams a lot over the years, from Sweden to being in Swansea to Brighton, and yeah, well, I went down to watch the game against West Ham at the weekend, and they were absolutely outstanding. They were just outstanding. The quality of football that Brighton are playing at the moment, the way in which the club is functioning, just you can tell that it's top class, and Graham's, of course, a huge part of that. So, yeah, we know it's a challenge, but it's a great challenge. You know, if you want to stand on the touchline, you want to come up against top coaches like Graham, and it's a good challenge for everybody.
It's a little bit Sorcerer versus The Apprentice, isn't it? How big an influence has he been on your career?
Well, yeah, of course. We've talked over the years. We had a similar pathway through university football, and we've both been abroad in Scandinavia. And of course, I followed him. Everybody knows I followed him in Östersund, and I've so much respect for the work that he's done. You take inspiration from a lot of different places, but what Graham's done, going from the fourth tier in Swedish football up to Europa League to Premier League, is very inspirational for everybody. So yeah, we've worked together on different programs in university football years ago. Now we're coming up against each other. It's great, to see what he's done and what's possible. And but I'm on my own path as well, and I enjoy that.